Today we're going to take a look at the data sources in LightBeam. Data sources are applications and repositories that contain personal information that are connected and being scanned. Here we see 16 connections of data sources in this environment. Of those, some show at risk, 7, some show healthy, 9. At risk means that a policy that's been set for that particular data source has been violated. If we go into the data source screen, we see more information about each data source. Here we see a Google Drive named LB Google Drive. Its type is a Google Drive. The owner and violations, then alerts that have been raised, the connection status, any particular labels that have been added for that data source, and further actions, which include deleting the data source from this table. We can also filter this screen to show more specific views of all the data source information. If I want to see a particular owner and what applications he is responsible for, I can set a filter, and now I see just the applications that PD owns. We can also generate a report of all the data sources. This executive level view shows you all information about your data across your organization, including total number of data sources, the sensitive data, document classification levels, and policies that have been violated. This executive level report can be used to further manage and help inform and communicate to executives the state of data within your organization. Additionally to generating a report, we can add a new data source. As we look at adding a new data source, we see it's broken down by 3 components. The basic information is the name. The connection is connecting to the data source, and then scan settings. First, we will look at the basic information, which includes the data source name, a description, naming of the primary owners, notification flags for other owners, entity creation, which allows new entities to be created within this data source, and the source of truth, marking this as the gold source for that particular piece of information. The geographic location of data within that purpose, and this is used for personal validation. The stage for collection, which is a data lifecycle. Other data lifecycles include processing, storage, exchange, and archival, and any additional labels that you want to set for this particular data source. When we go to the connection screen, we see the credentials that are needed to actually connect to it and the status. It can be marked as active. Inactive data sources can be turned off and their data retained. We have the JSON account information and the number of scans and the settings for scans. This one is set to scan 10 minutes each day. We go to the further scan settings. We can select between more information about that data source. We can select just all members and groups or selected members and groups. If we select all members and groups, we can then exclude from the list of scanning particular members or groups. If we select selected members and groups, we can now include additional members to be scanned. This flexibility is very powerful in creating fine-level, detailed controlled scanning of your environment. That is a look at data sources.